of our milking herd. And there's one simple reason for that, and it's how much she can produce in one day. So on record to date, one of our girls produces 45 litres of milk in one day and 30,000 in a year. That's pretty incredible. Now next to her, we have our Illawarra. She's Australia's very own breed of dairy cow, big red and white girl, does produce quite a lot of milk as well. Now you guys are lucky enough that you come in Dairy Week and we'll have a few cows popping in and out. Now on this side we have our Air Shears. So she's a red and white girl as well, a little bit smaller than our bigger girls. It's from Scotland and does produce quite a lot of milk. Now one of the other girls that you'll see is a big browny grey girl, and she's got our brown Swiss. Now she got her name for two reasons. She's brown and she's from Switzerland. Alright, so they were very creative on that one. She's quite a big producer and does produce quite a lot of milk, and her milk's mainly used for cheese. Another one of our girls, she's one of our smaller breeds of dairy cows. She's a white caramel girl and she's known as our Guernsey. So even though she doesn't produce the quantity, she has a better quality. Now when I talk about quality, I'm talking about the butter, fat and protein. So she has a higher percentage in her milk than our bigger girls. Now our last one is our Jersey. She's our smallest breed of dairy cow. Very adorable. She's a golden black colour, and again quite similar to our Guernsey. She doesn't have the quantity but has the quality. So with our milking process, first thing they will do is wash those udders and teats, and this is simply for the fact that these girls have been in their beds. If they were at home, they would come in from the paddock, so we just want to make sure we're putting clean cuts on clean udders. Next thing we're going to do is then hand strip. Now we hand strip for two reasons. First reason, so we can see the milk ourselves. If something's happened, her milk isn't quite right, we can put her on a separate line so her milk isn't in with our other girls. Now the other reason we do it is what it does, it sends a message to the cow's brain to release a hormone called oxytocin. Now if she doesn't release this hormone, she will not let down her milk, and we physically cannot harvest this milk from her. Next thing we will do is put our cups on our machines. So this clear part here is what we call the cluster, and then we have the cups. So you can just yell it out to me, but how many teats does a cow have? 4, that's it. So we've got our big udder into 4 quarters and a teat on each quarter. Now you can all hear a ticking sound behind me. This is this black rubber lining that's in each cup, opening and closing. Now, if I press this black button and it's a vacuum, all that vacuum is simply doing is holding it on there. It's not sucking the milk or anything, it's just holding those cups on those teats. And hopefully you can all see the black rubber lining opening and closing around my thumb. And that's the massage for our girls. Now on average it takes 7 to 10 minutes for one of our girls to milk out. And for her to produce the milk that she does, a few things do need to happen. First thing is she needs to have a baby. So at the age of 2, she has her first baby, her calf, and she's pregnant for 9 months. Other thing she needs to do is eat 25 kilos of dry matter, so 25 kilos of food a day. So this is this whole area covered in grass up to my knees, but that's how much she needs to eat a day. So we'd like to help her out as much as we possibly can. So you just yell it out to me. But what's this? Hay. So we can feed our girls some hay, all different types of hay, loose and open, wheat. And then, what's in here, if you can see, it starts with G. Grain. So it's a grain mix, so there's corn, oats, wheat, barley. These girls got one at 4 AM when they got milk, and they'll get one again this afternoon. Now another thing we can do is we can feed cows things such as silage and byproducts, and a byproduct is something that us humans can't digest, and there's one reason for that. So can anyone tell me how many stomachs does a cow have? Just yell it out. Does anyone know? 4, that's it. So I've got 4 stomachs. Now one of those stomachs is called a rumen, and there's a process that they do for hours nowadays called rumination. And what that process is where they grab a bite to eat, they chew it, they swallow it, and if you look closely enough, a big ripple comes back up their throat, and that's them regurgitating it, and they chew it, and they swallow it, and they regurgitate it, so it breaks down enough to go through each stomach. Now, another thing they need to do is drink between 60 to 100 litres of water a day as well. So that's also pretty incredible. some more interesting facts about our girls is that they get 2 months off every year where they're not milked, a bit of a maternity leave. And what happens is when they eat all their food, the blood soaks up the sugars, the proteins, the vitamins, the minerals and the fats. Now when that blood travels down to that udder, she needs 200 litres of blood to pump through that udder to produce 1 litre of milk. So when these big girls here are producing around 16 litres morning and afternoon, that's pretty incredible. So what our farmers will do is they'll watch the cluster, watch our hose, and when that flow starts to slow down, they'll kick it and it'll come off. Then you can all see there's 3 red squiggly hoses either side that's filled with an iodine solution. Then that iodine solution is then sprayed on each cheek, and this is simply to prevent any bacteria from getting up there that may cause our girls to get something like mastitis, which will cause them to be unwell. Now you can all see the milk line and it goes into our milk receival vessel. Now when that milk comes out of the cow it's at 38 degrees, so it's very warm. Then this milk will head out, follow this pipes and head out the back to our vats. Now up the back there, we have 2 vats where it holds 9,000 litres at 4 degrees. Then the milk truck will come and pick it up and take it to the milk factory, and 2 processes do need to happen before we can consume it. Does anyone know what they are? Yell it out to me again. Yep, pasteurisation and homogenisation. Pasteurisation is where it's heated up to 72 degrees and cooled back down, and that's simply to kill any bacteria. And homogenisation is where it's put into a big sieve to break up the fat soluble so it's the same from start to finish. Didn't do that a bit like the old days where that first person that got up and get the cream layer and the last person that kind of get skim milk. So we can also take our milk to make dairy products like cheese, cream, butter, ice cream, yogurt, and take components from our milk to help make things such as leathers and pharmaceutical products. So I hope you've all learned something for the Riverina Fresh Working Dairy. Feel free to come down and ask me any questions, and have a good day at the show, and we'll see you next year. Thank you everyone.